I'm Shaquana, and I am your host of the Black Girl Book Club podcast. Yes, please go to Facebook because that's where they're going to be talking in Facebook. I'm Shaquana, and I am your host of the Black Girl Book Club podcast. The Black Girl Book Club podcast. The Black Girl Book Club podcast. Hey! What you doing in here, Debbie? You supposed to be in the group. Okay, y'all. So tonight we are talking about lucid dreams. But before we get started, I need to do a check-in. How is everybody doing? Does anyone need a prayer? Are we all feeling okay? I'm feeling good. I've been like extremely busy. What I think I've been busier lately than I have since we started the podcast. But it's all good stuff because it's all stuff that I like doing. It's all stuff that I love to do. You didn't see it on Facebook? I'm on Facebook. I hope I'm on Facebook. Somebody tell me if I'm not on Facebook. I should be on there. It's telling me I'm on there. And I think I'm in the right. You know what? Hold on, y'all. I may be on the page and not in the group. So hold on. Hold on. Give me 1 sec. I'm headed there now. Yeah, I think I was on the page, the Black Girl Book Club podcast page, and not in the group. There we go. I'm in there now. Let me go back. Okay, I should be in there now. What's up, Facebook? Okay, yeah, I'm in the group. I should be in the group now. I already did my introduction. It's recorded, so I'm not gonna do it again for y'all Facebook, but I am here. Like I said, we got Lady Nesha in the house tonight. She's gonna be in the comments, so she won't be on live, but she will be in the comments. So pop your questions in there. Let us know how you feeling about lucid dreams. I was asking everybody how they was doing tonight, how they were feeling. And I was saying that I've been busy. So I've been busy. I think I've been busier than I've been since I started the podcast. And so, but all great things. I'm excited about everything. I'm excited about everything that's happening right now for myself, for the podcast, for the group, everything. So I've been like a little busy, but outside of that, I'm feeling good. I'm excited about tonight. So, let's get started. So we talking about lucid dreams. When I tell y'all that I love this book so much, but I don't know if I said it in a group or in somebody else comments, but Lady Nesha is a complete force. Okay, she is a force, and when she drops something, I'm immediately looking forward to it. Like if I'm reading something else, when she drops something, I'm stopping what I'm reading, going to read what she wrote, and then coming back to what I was reading. So she's a force. I knew the book was gonna be good because she hasn't given us anything that wasn't amazing thus far. So shout out to you, Lady Nesha, for keeping it coming with that fire. So, I gotta take a deep breath because this little book, it wasn't like super stressful, but it was just like heart-wrenching. Heart-wrenching. And so when she was doing the promos for the book and stuff like that, I really didn't know what to expect. I really didn't know what to expect or what was coming. I knew it was going to be some twins, but the story that she told about night and day was amazing. Okay, so let me get into the book. So first of all, for those of you who read it, how was the book for you? Was it like too much for you? Was it too little for you? Was it just right? Or, because it was just like so much happening, so much tragedy. And this is something I want to talk about like on maybe another podcast. I'm going to touch on it right now. But I like to read the stories of us. And the stories of us include some tragedy sometimes. You know, I think authors get a lot of flack for writing our stories, and sometimes our stories include bad things. A lot of the times, more often than not, they include bad things. And so um reading stories like this, I gravitate towards them because I can relate to the characters. Like I've said before, I know people who have gone through the things that the people in the books go through, and I think that their stories deserve to be told. And plus it keeps us entertained. It's entertaining to read about night and day, and you know, their day ins and day outs of what they're going through. So I hope the readers keep that in mind when they're reading a lot of the time. But let me know how y'all felt about it. You know, was it just like too much, turn your heart out? It was good to me or whatever. So the book starts off with Day, that we later learn as Day, is getting in trouble, and his father is yelling at him because he has a feminine personality. So he is not rough. He not trying to go out and get dirty. He like to keep his nails clean and his skin moisturized, okay? And he's a little boy, and his father is like a really hard man. And he like, no, you're not gonna be like this. You're not gonna be no pussy, basically, is what he's saying. You know, you're not gonna be out here being all feminine. And so he started roughing them up and everything. And Night and Day are twins. Day is a lighter twin. So I like this part of the story too, because I have twin daughters as well. And they are complete opposites. They're night and day in their looks. One of them is, you know, really fair skin. One of them is a little bit darker. And people are always like, they twins. And I'm like, yes, they are twins. They're fraternal twins. That's what fraternal twins are. They just was born. I mean, they're not identical. Identical twins are the twins who look exactly alike. They were actually one egg. Not I'm giving a science lesson, but it was just one embryo that turned into two. Fraternal twins start off as two different babies. They could have been actually born in 2 different years at 2 different times, but they just so happened to be conceived at the same time. So I have the same type of twins. My twins are night and day as well. So you have Day, who is the lighter twin. He is feminine, and you know, he don't want to go outside and rough house and play with the boys. And then you have Night, who is a little bit darker. Night's real name is Nigel. Am I getting that right, y'all? And then Day's real name, what is Day's name? Oh my God, I can't believe I can't think of it. What is Day's name? Okay, so Day's name is Devontae. I think it's Devontae or Davion or something like that. So they're night and day. They're opposites in the way that they act. You know, Night is always he on go. He ready to go. He gonna be rough. And so the father is on Night because he acts feminine, and he is going to teach him a lesson. The daddy, like reading the scene of the father like berating him and, you know, belittling him because he was, you know, feminine. He wasn't like no super bad boy kid. It was just so, oh my God, I just felt so bad for them. But again, I was entertained. I wanted more. I wanted to read more. Davion. Okay, she said it was Davion. Okay, so the daddy like, you gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. You gonna stop all this punk shit or whatever, and you gonna learn today. So he's set up a freaking fight between Day, Day alone, like just Day, not his twin brother, but just him and one of his drunk buddies. The dad drinks a lot. He goes out and he drinks with a group of guys all the time. He's always drunk and he's always on the boys. And so he goes out, he's like, you know, you're gonna fight his one of his drinking buddies' kids. So it was 3 of the sons against, it was 3 or 4 of the sons against this one little boy. And I can't think of how old they may have been, 8, 9. They wasn't no more than 10. but he was going to have to go out and prove his manliness as a child by fighting these 3 other kids. And one of the little boys was like way older than him. He was like a teenager or something like that. But his daddy was like, I'm finished. You gonna be a man today. I'm turning you into a man today. And if you lose this fight, and I have literally heard this story before from someone really close to me. I ain't gonna tell their business, but it's like, if you lose this fight, I'm gonna beat your ass. So not only do he have to go out here and get jumped, right? But he got to worry about his daddy going in on him if he don't win the fight, which he's probably not going to win the fight, because for one, he's not a fighter, and 2, it's 3 of them, right? But his brother, Nite, don't play this shit. Like, daddy, I don't care what you talking about, you got me messed up. So the daddy take the boy out to fight the little boys, and of course they getting the best of him at first. He curled up in a ball, and after so long, Nite comes out and beat everybody ass, basically. And so that ended the fight. And the drinking buddy, whose name is Red, that's how we know him now, is Red. He is upset. Like, you played me. It was supposed to have been 3 against 1 or 4 against 1 or whatever. And then you let your other son come and beat my kids up. And the daddy was like, boy, they bet money. So he was like, give me my money. I knew my son was going to ride for his twin or whatever, because that's what I've always taught them. So at the beginning of the book, like, Sir could get these hands. Like, I was ready to go in on him and in the ass for letting him treat these babies like this. But towards the end of the book, I didn't hate him as much. Like, he wasn't on the good list, but once they started to explain the story, there was no excuse for him to treat his children the way that he does. And I am not giving him a pass, but they show a different side of him. And I do think that he loved his kids, and he loved them the way that he felt was right. Not that it was right, but he loved them in a way, but he did love them. It wasn't like he didn't love them. I felt like he was just treating them bad, but he was trying to raise strong men, which happens a lot in our community. And so I did not dislike him as much. He still was on the list, but he had moved up a little bit on the list. Did anybody else feel that way? Let me see if I can get in these comments real quick. About the daddy. Did anybody else give him some grace towards I'm not saying pass, but just some grace towards the end of the book, right? Towards the end of the book. But anywho, so this happened. So that was it Nite having a dream? It was either Nite or day having a dream, and then it comes to the fight that, oh no, wait, hold on, something big happened. So Red, who was the father of the 3 boys, the drinking buddy, he was upset, like he played him. Their dad's name was Sir. So he was upset, like, you played me. It was supposed to be in a jump fight, and you let your other son come beat my sons up or whatever. So, oh my God, his daddy is like his daddy was always, their dad was always giving them lessons. Everything was a lesson with him. And he was always drunk and, talking, running off at the mouth. So he's giving them this lesson in the middle of the street after the fight. Like, y'all always, ride for each other. Don't ever let the other one, fight without the other, blah, 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 blah. That's what I taught y'all. That's what y'all do. In the midst of him giving them this lesson, Red, the father of the 3 boys who was supposed to have been jumping Day, comes and shoots him, kills him. Oh, I was like, oh my God. And I was like, I was mad at Sir, but I was like, not that mad at him at this time. I wasn't that mad that I wanted him to die. So I felt so bad, and they had to sit there and watch their father die. And they had already lived a pretty tumultuous life, where the father was always teaching them lessons, and it was always in the hardest, that's the only word that's coming to my mind, the hardest way possible. And now they love their dad. So when their dad passed away, their mother lost her mind. Literally, the mind just went away. And now she's somewhat of in a vegetative state almost, but she's coherent a little bit, but she lost her mind. She can't care for them. So at this time, they lost their father and they pretty much lost their mother. So now they have to fend for themselves and they're on their own. And that brings us to present day. And so I think they are car thieves. They're car thieves and they stealing cars for what's the man name? Was it Rico? Somebody put Rico in the quiz. And as far as the quiz go, it seems like the most hated person in the book was Sean, which I agree with. You feel the boys gave him grace? They did. We always be giving our daddies grace, y'all. Them daddies, we be, and I think for real, if anybody is ever wondering why I am the way that I am and I give so much grace, it's really my personality, but it does have a lot to do with my father because he was a very imperfect man. Okay. But you couldn't tell me shit. My daddy name was Don. You couldn't tell me nothing about Don Moore. Okay. He was the man and I loved him and I gave him grace all my life. You couldn't tell me nothing about my daddy, but he was very imperfect. I saw him do a lot of things that some people probably wouldn't agree with, but that was my daddy. So anywho, Jack Boys for Rico. Okay, so they steal cars. Nite is really good. No, yeah, he's really good with the technology of cars, like, or is he the driver? One of them is like really good with like breaking the cars down, and one of them is good at like driving the cars. One of them is the head, and one of them is like the tech person or whatever. So that's what they're doing. That's how they've earned their living. They're doing really well for themselves, I guess, as Jack Boys, and just taking care of themselves and taking care of their mama. Day is the driver. Okay, so Day is the driver. Nite is the one who break the cars down. He know the ins and outs of the cars. He can get in there and everything. So was anybody else mad that Sir Dad died, or was y'all happy that he died? I'm glad she made Nite the tech guy because he was rough, he was hard. You know, he ain't taking no shit, but he had brains, and I liked that about him. But was y'all mad that Sir died, or was y'all like, dang, that's messed up? Y'all felt bad for him. I mean, for the boys. So that's what they doing now. They dealing with this slime ball named Rico. He was just whack. Somebody said he was like the worst person in the book. But they dealing with him. They know he's shady. They know he playing them or whatever. But that's how they've been earning their living. That's how they've been getting going or whatever. So from there, then, oh, how does Harvey come into play? Sir was too abusive today. So did you want him to die? Oh, Jennifer said she was glad he died. I guess. So yeah. So as far as he raised them kind of then tried to kill them. Yeah, yeah. He was putting them through. That whole turn the air down real low and pour water on them. Yeah, I was ready to take his head out too. But anyway, so how did Harvey come into play? Somebody help me with Harvey. He met them while they were stealing cars. Okay. Right. Okay. So they had stole a car because I gotta put Harvey into this some kind of way. Hey, Mikey. Put Harvey into this. So they have this best friend who is white, and I want to talk about this because this came up in another group. But they had this best friend who is white, and the way that they met him is they were stealing cars, stealing his mama car. They were stealing his mama car, and he was in the freaking back seat, and he became an ally. Basically, he was like, if y'all let me roll with y'all, I will I'll show you guys how to steal the cars. I'll let y'all know what's going on in the neighborhood, because he lived in a very expensive or rich neighborhood, so all of his neighbors were rich, and you know, he was like, I'll get y'all into these cars if y'all need me to get into the cars or whatever. So that's how they became friends. You loved Harvey, Rhonda. I loved Harvey too. He was a man, like, for real. You know what I liked about Harvey? She kept him white, right? She kept him white. I knew that he was white. But I knew that he was white, but you know, he had that swag, he had that hood, he had, you know, he had it. Hold on. So he had it. He had it like that. So I liked Harvey. So they kind of grew up together from stealing cars and everything, and him helping them. So this is their best friend. And so then from there, I liked Harvey's parents too. They daddy. Oh my God, y'all. What was that daddy name? Howard. He was organically himself. He was organic. I loved Harvey. Oh, wait, we gotta get to the girl. I loved Axel's name and Hunter's name. I'm so glad she named him that because we don't usually get those types of names. I don't think in our books. I had never read those names before. So when she brought them up, I was like, okay, Lady Nesha, this is a little different or whatever. I thought his daddy was gonna be shady too. Oh my God, but I'm so glad he wasn't. So Hunter, poor Hunter. Poor Hunter. Yes. So Hunter is the female lead in the group, and she is a single mom to Axel. And the way her story starts, you loved Axel. Yes, I love that name. Yes. So she is telling her story. Where did she come in at, child? What's going on with Hunter when it started? Oh, her bum ass baby daddy, Lord Aaron. So Aaron, she is dropping her baby off, her son, he's like 8 years old, and to his father, who said that he was gonna watch him, and now he not answering the phone. Okay, so he said he was gonna watch the little baby, now he not answering the phone. He and her having sex. Okay. Yeah, so he and her having sex. She gotta go to work, y'all. She trying to go to work and earn a living for her and her baby because this dude is not doing what the fuck he's supposed to be doing. So he and her having sex, they can hear him, I think, outside. So she trying to drop the baby off. She knock on the door like, is Aaron here or whatever? You know, I'm bringing my baby. Now, I know she had to go to work, but that pissed me off, and I don't know if I would left my baby with him and that girl but mamas do it all the time. Like they be stuck between a rock and a hard place because it's like, I gotta go to work because we gotta eat. We need a roof over our head. But then, you know, I gotta leave my baby here. Hold on, y'all. My auntie keep calling me. This is a mess. I hope nothing is wrong. Hold on before you start talking because I'm on live. Yes, and she didn't want nothing. Somebody come get this lady. Somebody come and get her, y'all. She just interrupted the whole flow of the podcast and didn't want nothing. So, anywho, um, so she's trying to drop the baby off to his daddy. The daddy in there trying to act like he's not there. So then she end up dropping him off and going to work. When she gets to work, one of her friends at work and everything is like, come on, go to this party with me. Or whatever. It was a party happening that night. She don't really get out because she's a single mother, but she was like, all right, cool. The son was with the daddy. Was the son gonna be with Aaron, y'all? So the son was like, the son was with the daddy or whatever. So she was gonna get out. When she goes out, and who does she meet? Wait. Why is Bone still throwing these parties? I'm gonna need Bone to have several seats. If y'all have read Lady Nesha's other books like Bambi and was she weird? I liked her at first. I liked the work friend at first. I liked her at first, and then she got weird. Yes, Bone was way too lit. And I'm gonna need Bone to sit down. Why is he still having these crazy ass parties all over the place? So Bone was having a party. If you haven't read Bambi, you is sleeping on Lady Nesha. That is such a good book, but Bone is introduced in that book. And yes, Bone needs to go sit his ass down somewhere. So he throws wild, crazy parties. Like if you're in the city, you want to go to one of Bone parties because it's gonna be popping. Okay. So Bone is throwing a party. Um, of course, Night and Day is there because they like in the city or whatever. And then Hunter ends up there with her friend, the girl, the work friend. What was the work friend name? And then Julie was her best friend. That was like her really good friend. So they're all there. Bambi was really good. Not Freak Me. Oh, it was Freak Me. So Bambi and what was my other favorite? Emotionally Scarred was really good too. Just go look her up and look up her whole catalog. Fire, okay? So um Bambi, so Bone is throwing this party. That's why everybody end up at this party, y'all. Okay. Now, so Night was it Night or Day that bumped into them outside? Night was funny as hell, y'all. He was acting so crazy. Yes, King. Look, okay, so they shout out everybody who's there at the party. King was there, Shay then was there, everybody was there acting crazy. And so so they bump into each other, either Night or Day bumps into the girls, kind of get into it with them while they on their way in and they like cross paths, right? And so they kind of have a few words, but then they get in a party and Night kind of peeping Hunter like, she nice. You know, I'm feeling her. I like her or whatever. And so he ends up trying to push up on her and invites her to like dance with him or whatever. And so they start kicking it and they kicking it for the rest of the night. This is when the book got real good to me. I was like, oh my God. The only thing that kind of tripped me out about this is they start doing them drugs. Lady Nesha, why you had them in here doing drugs like this? I mean, I know it's the thing. I know it's the thing. But why they was in here doing drugs? Because that scene when he asked her if she wanted to go, where they was going to Mars, and their music was playing, I felt like I wanted to pop a perk. Cause the scene, like the way you wrote it, and they was just like, it was like they was floating, you know, and it was like they was just like feeling each other. They did go through a lot. They was coping. They was coping. Okay, I get it. I'm just saying, you know, but they was floating and Weekend was playing in a background, you know, and I was just like, I was in the Mars with them, okay. My mama said, don't you try. Oh no. But yes, they was just feeling each other and kissing. It was just like they was just really feeling it. And so she hadn't been out. So this was like her being able to like let her hair down and just have a good time, you know, that night. So they connected that night through the drugs, I guess, or whatever. But they connected that night. She ended up going home with him, yeah. Got up, butt ass naked, okay, her naked, Night naked, and then they ass is sitting over here in the chair naked. Everybody in there naked. She gets up asking, talking about, did y'all run a train on me? Ma'am, leave the drugs alone. Let the drugs go. Don't you do not another drug because no. He said, yeah. So yeah, we ran a train on you. She was freaking out, right? That's why you don't go to no parties and start taking random drugs from random men and going home with them. He was so funny, y'all. I loved him so much. And I felt so bad for him. So that is where Night and Hunter's relationship starts, right? So they met at this party. Was they talking at nah, they wasn't really talking. Oh, she was a meter maid. And they had met, their mom lived on her meter maid route. Okay. And so they had ran into her. Them mosquitoes tore her ass up. Oh, Julie. They made her best friend. Well, they made her friend sleep in the car because she told him don't touch her. So he made her sleep in the car. That was too much. But their mom lived on Hunter's, who was a meter maid. She was a meter maid. They lived on her route. Their mom did. And so they had ran into her before the party, right? They saw her before the party. She was working the day that she was dropping the baby off at the day she was dropping the baby off at the daddy house. They seen her when she got to work, and she could kind of cross paths, and they said they had some words that day too. So they had seen each other before. So now they kind of know each other, but they not in a relationship or nothing. They not talking. They didn't exchange numbers or anything, because she was like, he's broken. She can look at him in his eyes and see that he was broken. What did she say to him, y'all? She was like, I just want to take all your demons, your nightmares away. Oh, girl, you was writing this book, baby. You was writing this book. She put a ticket on his car. She went off all day. Okay, y'all. So let's talk about this real quick. So Day, like I mentioned before, when his father was trying to like rough him up and everything, he was feminine, right? And so he wore his hair long, like in a silk press. Okay. Who posted them? Camille. Camille posted some pictures today of everybody. Go look at those. They're in the event. So and you can see how Day looked. So he had really long hair. So he wore his hair long, and he painted his fingernails, y'all. So everybody was always tripping. He had feminine tennis. Wait, can we talk about Day roasted Tiny booty pants? Why did she have booty pants? Oh, y'all. No, we cannot talk about that because she was wrong. She should have just loved herself, and she would have never found herself in that position. Oh, girl. But like the way she wrote him. Okay, so first of all, I wanted to say shout out to Lady Nesha for being all inclusive. Like from Bone to Day, which Day was not gay. Not there's anything wrong with that. But you know, she writes people the way that they are. And I think that is so amazing. So Bone from Bambi and like previous books is actually a female who identifies as a male. Okay. She is slanging all the all the dildo dick. And all the women want Bone. Okay. She's getting it every which way. So then with Dave, she wrote him like he had feminine tendencies. He painted his nails, he wore long hair, but I really didn't get feminine from him at all. Like he was that nigga to me. So I didn't get that from him at all. But all straps, she's not STD rubber dick. Yes. So yes, I didn't get that from him at all. Like he was still the man, okay? But people used to trip with him because he wore his hair long and he painted his fingernails. So when him and Hunter met the first time, she was like calling him gay. He was comfortable in his skin. Oh my God, we did not talk about the wipes, y'all. What about them doggone baby wipes and he walking around wiping people makeup off? Lady Nesha, why? Why did you Why did you do that? Why did you write that? I was laughing so hard. So they had this thing where he needed to see what the women look like in real life and not they fake makeup face. So he would have baby wipes with him whenever he would go out. And he said you get them laughing and like all comfortable, and then you wipe their face to see if their face matches their body once you wipe the makeup off. He wanted to make sure he was getting true beauty. Baby, I was falling out. This book was so good, y'all. So, how did Hunter and Day like start talking to each other? Was they like texting or something? And then they just, or did they keep running into each other? Or what was going on with them? How did they end up like, because they had like a friendship. They weren't dating, but they was, he said it's a before and after, right? Not you getting them comfortable though, and just wiping off their makeup. They probably don't even know what's going on. But so now Hunter and Day, I loved the relationship between Axel and Nite. Like he came in. So as you know, Day, oh, I gotta tell Hunter's story real quick too. So Aaron, Axel's real daddy, was not shit. And he was not stepping up to the plate. And it was like when Nite, you know, entered into his life, they just clicked. And it was just like they was like cool. And he just treated him really, really nice. And I thought that was so cool. And it wasn't in a I don't know, I've talked about this before, you know, like when the men just like come on too strong. Aaron was harassing her in the streets. He was, but Nite walked up on him like, baby, you got the right one today. You got the right one. But let me tell y'all Hunter's story real quick, which is like really, really sad. I don't know, was her story sadder than the twin story, or was the twin story sadder than hers, or was it equal? So Hunter was born to a mother who was diagnosed with cancer while she was pregnant with her. And the mom had two choices. She had the choice of either terminating her pregnancy and getting chemo, or terminating her pregnancy and getting chemo, or going on with the pregnancy and possibly dying. And the mother chose her child, which was Hunter. She was going to terminate the pregnancy until she found out she was having a girl. She had all boys. And when she found out she was having a girl, she was like, no, I cannot kill my daughter. So she went on with her pregnancy, and she ended up dying because of it. So all of Hunter's life, her father, Sean, hated her because he felt like she took his wife away from him. Okay. And when I say he hated her, every single day of her life, he treated her like the scum. Her father, the man who made her, treated her like she was the scum of the earth, like she was nothing. He didn't feed her. He starved her. He made her clean up. He didn't buy her clothes. I mean, like, it was just horrible. And it was like her thinking is, I didn't ask to be here. I didn't ask to be made. She chose to keep me. How are you mad at me for that? You know? Oh my God, it just got worse at the end. I was like, Lady Nesha, like, okay, with Sir, like I said, I felt like towards the end of the book, I kind of started having some sympathy for him. But that daddy, Sean, oh no, like, yes, I love the way she wrote the end of that book, because like he deserved it, like for real. Yes, I mean, it just treated her so bad. I felt so bad for her. Not only did he treat her bad, but her brothers treated her bad. She had a brother. She had 3 brothers. One of her brothers was friends with her baby daddy. The baby daddy was how much older than her? Like 10 years, maybe? He shouldn't have been messing with her. She was a little girl when he started sleeping with her. But the brother is like siding with the best friend. So the friend is dogging her out, and the brother like, that's what she get for messing with him. Really? So she just didn't have anyone like really protecting her or like being there for her, right? And so when her and Nite met, Nite, he of course bossed up and was like, I got you, I'm gonna take care of you, I'm gonna make sure you good. She ended up so the friend Tiny, okay, so Hunter's boss didn't like Hunter. Why she didn't like Hunter? Oh my goodness, it was horrible. The brother was a bum. Okay. All right, that's what I'm talking about. So Hunter's boss didn't like her. And the reason that she would always end up on the twins' mama route with her meter maid thing is because it was the worst route that they had at the station, I guess. And so Tiny, the work friend that she had who invited her to the party, she started like not liking her because Tiny was insecure. She was tiny, she was little, she had a little booty. She wasn't that attractive. But Hunter was like beautiful, so men always took to her, yada yada yada. So Tiny started like having some ill feelings towards her, you know, um, because she was a good friend to her. But Tiny started acting funny towards her and started hanging out with the manager who didn't like her or whatever. So they didn't develop this relationship of hate for her. And so her and Nite is having a relationship now. So they didn't hooked up, they together, they kicking it, they Bonnie and Clyde. What did y'all think about their relationship? Did you think that okay, so was it a trauma bond, first of all, right? So was it a trauma bond? Were they trauma bonding? But they both had a lot on them. So it was like they needed each other, and I was glad they found each other. Yes. So, were they trauma bonding? Like, did they need to be with each other? Because they both had, like, he had this father who was like crazy on them when they was younger. She had this daddy who like hated her, you know, but they made it work between each other. Like he had her back and she, had his. So all the while throughout the book, remember Rico is the guy that they stealing the cars for or whatever. Now they got a beef with him because he was trying to scam them on some stuff. He tried to get them arrested with the cops. He had called one, they was doing a job for him, and he didn't call the police on them and stuff or whatever. And then got him arrested, tried to get him arrested. So now they beefing with Rico. So throughout a lot of the book, they beefing with the guy that they used to work for, right? So then let me tell y'all about Harvey daddy. So they best friend, a white guy, Harvey. Okay. His father took a liking to the twins. The father was an investor. Okay, y'all. The father's an investor. Yeah, Rico was foul. He was a like it's like, okay, question. So like it just seemed like sometimes some people, oh my gosh, just so good. Some people just can't catch a break. Well, I guess they did with Harvey Daddy because he kept them together. But it's like at every turn, it was like they daddy was tripping. The mama lost her mind. Now they dealing with this guy who's just using them, or whatever, and they're young guys. They what, 20 maybe? So it's just like at every turn, like they just meeting these people that just want to do them in. And it's like, gosh, like when can they catch a break? And that's why they were so they was doing drugs throughout the book, popping pills or whatever. That's what the kids do, Lord, please deliver them from that. But they're doing drugs, but they doing all these drugs to like cope with everything that's going on, their past, their father, their mama, now they beefing with Rico and he trying to kill them and just all of that. And I'm just like, Lord, just let these babies rest, just let them catch a break, which they did or whatever towards the end. But it's just like all of this just on them, on them, on them, on them, on them, or whatever. But they Nite and Hunter, they got a relationship with each other. And Julie, was that her name? Am I saying it right? It's Julie, not Junie or anything. It's Julie. Is end up messing with Harvey. I thought that was so cool too. So Hunter's best friend, Julie, ends up messing with the twins' best friend, Harvey, the white guy or whatever. And at first she was like, it was Junie, it's Junie. I knew it, but it was Junie. So Junie ends up messing with Harvey. And so at first she was like, she wasn't feeling the kid. Girl, I was mad at the mama too. I was mad at that mama too. I'm like, stand up, mama. Stand up for your babies, please. Stand up for them. But they were both drinking. And that's another good point to make. People talk about drugs a lot and people being drug addicts and on drugs and stuff like that. But it's a lot of people out here dealing with alcoholism. And it's like a real thing. And like people be needing help. So the mama was getting drunk with the daddy. And they like had this long past and everything or whatever. When the way that the sir ended up being described towards the end of the book was that he was this good loving father, that he was this loving husband, and he took care of them and was there for them. He loved their mother and all of that. And what happened was he had an injury at work. Right, it really is. He had an injury at work because Sean kind of had the same thing, which he's still a ass white, but he kind of had the same thing because all he was doing was drinking. That's how him and anyway, I'm gonna tell you about that in a minute. So so he was this loving father, but what happened was he had an injury at work. He started taking pain medications. I ain't never took no pain medication that made me just want to just be on them forever. So I'm not sure what kind they're taking, but please keep them away from me. Oh, he was. Was he? Was this before or after the work injury? I'm trying to see. So the daddy ended up having a work injury. He got depressed from that. Then he started taking prescription drugs for his back or whatever. And then he started drinking. And that kind of turned him into a different person. But prior to that, he was a loving, doting father or whatever. The worst. Yes, girl. So, their father had alcoholism problem. Her daddy got an alcoholism problem. I don't know where I was going with that, but anyway, so let's move along. So they in a relationship, right? Hunter and Nite is going strong. He did love his boys. He did them wrong though. But they going strong. They in a relationship. He taking her on a yacht with Harvey. Okay, yes. And I was talking about Harvey daddy. So the daddy is investing their money. The money that they're getting from stealing cars, they're giving it to some of it, not all of it, some of it to him for him to invest. And he is not taking their money, y'all. He is doing the right thing, taking their money and putting it into investments for them. He was good for them. He advised them, he welcomed them into his home with open arms and all of that good stuff. And so like the daddy was a real one. What was his name? Howard. What's his name? Howard, y'all. But the daddy was a real one. I liked him a lot, and I liked their mama. She was like Pamela Anderson with her big boobs. And she was getting surgery all the time. And then Harvey had a sister that Day was knocking down too. And she was married. Yes, I felt like they needed that. They needed that. That was like, to me, like they little family dynamic. I like the way that Day and Nite and Hunter and little Axel kind of developed their little family because they would go there. She would feed them and love on them when she wasn't dealing with her crazy ass daddy, but like she was there for them as well, just like they was there for her or whatever. So they developed like this little family unit. So everything comes to a head. They in love, they together. And then Junior, so Hunter has a brother named Junior who has been in prison. I don't know how long, but he's been there for a long, long time. So they are having a coming home party for her brother, right? And she asks Nite to go to the party with her. He's heard how her father talks to her on the phone, so he don't fuck with her daddy. But he was like, all right, you want me to come, I'ma come. And their father always told them, yes, you need to read this, Crystal Girl, was good. Their father always told them, go with your intuition. That's why I kind of started liking Sir towards the end, because they will remember something that he said that will relate to today. So he went about it the wrong way, but he was giving them little life lessons and everything. So Nite knew that something was gonna go down at this party. He didn't know what. His intuition was telling him he don't need to go, but he was like, I'm gonna go for my baby. I love her. She want me to come. I'm gonna go. So he goes to the party. They at the party, they kicking it, right? So her daddy and her brothers had went to go pick up the brother from prison. They come walking in a party. Guess who the motherfucking daddy is and the brothers, y'all? The ones who killed his daddy. Ladii Nesha, girl, if you would have seen the way I scream. Now, I can usually, Rena. Oh, Rena. Okay, we're gonna talk about Rena. Hold on. But I can usually, like, I be predicting stuff. Like, I be like, okay, this what's gonna happen. Okay, this, I be knowing this right here. I didn't know. I was like really taken aback. Did anybody else peep that? Did anybody else peep it, y'all? Ahead of time, not before that night? Girl, that was good, Ladii Nesha. You got me with that one. I was like, oh. So just to bring it back for anybody who don't know what I'm talking about. So remember, Nite and Day father got killed by his drinking buddy with the son, right? The way she describes him early on in the book, the man's name was Red. Okay. Hunter's dad name is Shine, but his nickname is Red. Oh my God, y'all. So yes, she got me with that, honey. Yes, it was shocking. So Hunter, who's in love with Nite, they like this. They thick as thieves now. They together. Her father killed his father. Could you freaking imagine? No. Yes. So now Nite looking at her like his paranoia starting to kick in, them drugs. He like, you been setting me up. You been setting me up. This whole time he calling her out his name. The son, Junior killed him. I thought he killed him, and then he made Junior take the rap with the gun. No. Or we froze. Hold on, let me see. Somebody said, oh, we froze. I'm not froze on this part, I don't think. Y'all tell me if I'm froze. Did Junior kill him? I thought that Sean killed him. And then Junior had the gun in the car. And so the police pulled Junior over with the gun in the car. And then the gun had a body on it. And that's how Junior got locked up. No, Junior did it. Oh, Sean was the worst. How you gonna have your son kill this man? And he wasn't that old. Right. Sean was horrible. He was a horrible dad. So now Nite is looking at her like, your people killed my daddy. So he got his gun out. He ready to blast on everybody, y'all. Look at me talking like I'm in the hood. So he ready to blast on everybody. He got his gun out. She crying like, no, you know what's going on? I don't know. He like, bitch, you set me up. La, 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 la. Rhonda say, who did it, lady? Just come tell us. So, he got his gun out. He pointed at them like, y'all about to go down. She like, please don't do this. The baby is there, Axel, who loves him. He calling her all out her name, like all kind of stuff. And he does shoot one of the brothers. Oh, so he did shoot one of the brothers or whatever. Who he shoot? Did he shoot Junior? He Rob when he shot one of them, but he didn't kill them because of her. Like these your people, whatever. And he couldn't just figure out what was going on. She didn't know. She had no idea. And so he like messed up now. Oh my God, y'all. Then I'm sorry, we about to go over. Then all the while, okay, so while he going through this with her, and her people, they, Lady Nesha, you be, so they gets into it. Okay, so they beefing with Rico, right? The guy that they was stealing the cars from. They got a battle going on, right? They didn't almost kidnap his mom and all kind of stuff. So Rico looking for them. He's trying to kill them or whatever. So Harvey had this ex-girlfriend and he was messing with this real ghetto girl, whatever, who was just using him for his money. And she ended up setting him up because now he messing with Junie and he ain't paying her no attention. So he telling Rico, she then set Harvey and Day up so that Rico can come find them and get them, right? Y'all, they at the freaking gas station getting some food. I know, that was so sad. Getting some snacks. And Rico then pull up on them and start blasting on them. I just knew that they was dead. And when she wrote that scene and how he looked with them tears in his eyes, and she said he was not crying because he was not ready to die. He was crying because he was tired. That broke my heart. Like, broke it into pieces, y'all. I was crying. I was like, could you imagine? Because, like, remember what I said? The daddy did him in. The mama did him in. This dude Rico doing him in. Like, they just have been through so much stuff. And he was tired. He was crying because he was like, I'm ready. I'm tired. So Nite over here dealing with this stuff. Yes, Jennifer, woo is the word. So Nite over here dealing with this stuff. Now, after he done dealt with the brothers and finding out that her people killed his daddy, he gets a call saying that his brother then just got shot and he in the hospital. Can't catch a break. Heck, the woman that you done fell in love with, people killed your father. You deal with that, and then now you got to deal with the fact that your twin brother, who you love more than life, then got shot, and you don't know if he dead or alive. So Harvey and Dave was in a car. The car got shot up or whatever. So now he got to deal with that. He gets to the hospital and he like, what's going on with my brother? He ends up passing out fainting. I was so sad if Harvey, I thought that Dave was going to live because I knew Lady Nesha wasn't going to do us like that, but I thought Harvey was going to die. And I was just as sad. Right. He just lost the woman. It's like, oh, okay, Jennifer, like a hug. And so he done lost his woman, his brother got shot. So he ended up having a panic attack and passing out. Well, Lady Nesha, she love us. Because she ain't killed nobody, Lord. Both Day and Harvey end up living and they made it out. So now we got to deal with the repair of Hunter and Nite. Nite is like, I can't be with you because of the situation with the daddy. All right, he's doing her bad. She want him so bad. Yes, Lady Nesha, thank you. She want him so bad. You knew Keisha was gonna do that, so she was jealous, baby. She was jealous. But so now we gotta deal with the repair of them. So he was like, he can't be with her, for one, because of what happened, but two, because he feels like he's so messed up, he's not good for her. He finally comes to that conclusion as well. I think that's how he was feeling. Like, I can't be with her. I don't want to ruin her. Then we got the whole thing, her daddy them then killed my all this or whatever. So he like, I can't be with you. She want to be with him. She crying on the floor. Lord, please don't leave me. I love you. He like, no, I can't do this. Hunter went on a rampage. No, can we talk about how Junie's sister was messing with Aaron? Gina, Dina, Nina. Who is that? She whooped on their butt. So Aaron, the trash baby daddy, is messing with another young girl, Junie's younger sister, and got her pregnant. And so the night that all of this happened too, on Hunter's end, Nite dealing with the fact that his brother got shot. Hunter is dealing with the fact that her best friend, sister, then got pregnant by her baby daddy. Girl, you had us going in this book. This is too much. Just talking about it is too much. The sister is Julie. Okay, that's where I was getting Julie from. Junie's younger sister, Julie. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay, so they went on this yacht thing, right, y'all? So the daddy, Harvey's daddy and mom took everybody on the yacht. They got to bring their booze and everything. Well, they did not have a boo at the time. Harvey had Junie, Nite had Hunter. So they go on the yacht. They did not have a boo. So they stop off. Did they stop in Italy or something, y'all? He done picked up this girl. Just, I'm finna find me somebody to bring on the yacht. Why she say though, listen, I ain't worried about him killing me. You only live once. She was like, YOLO. She was like YOLO, but he couldn't remember her name, y'all, because he had just met her. He was calling her everything under the sun. That was so funny. Thank you, Lady Nesha. This was a good book. But it is 9:03. Oh, in Florida. He met her in Florida. But so they got him a boo. I'm so glad you gave him a boo. I'm glad y'all brought that up. I'm so glad you gave him a boo. I'm so glad I ain't think you was gonna give him no woman. I'm like, she better give Day a woman. He need a companion too. Girl, they was bumping, baby. Everybody was hearing them. She did not care, honey. But I'm so glad you gave Day a boo. I felt like he needed that. He ended up being with the girl that he met in Florida. They ended up being together. She ended up moving with him later on in the book. But Nite and Hunter, they're broken up for what, 5-6 months, guys? Right? And what ends up happening at the end of the book is she is pregnant after their night on the yacht that they had, because they was getting it in on their yacht, y'all. Had everybody going. Oh my God, she like Gooch. I'm not gonna talk about that, y'all. So anywho, so she's pregnant. He doesn't know, and she's not going to tell him. And so, but of course, because Harvey is messing with Junie, this is her best friend. Her and the best friend kind of fell out for a little while because of the little sister, but they made amends. Harvey is messing with her best friend, and she's still kind of connected to Day a little bit. So she's still in a circle. So something happens at who got married? Did Harvey and Junie get married? No, somebody got married. And so at the wedding something. No, it was a birthday party. Maybe Harvey's birthday party. And so they ended up playing like he had talked to Hunter on the phone, and he was like, I just talked to Hunter and she had a nigga over there, yada yada yada. So they want to be all like, no, this is my woman. He had made me mad with that, y'all. You ain't been wanting her all this time. Now you think she got a man and you want to run your ass over there. So he runs over there, and when she opened the door, she is pregnant, y'all. 6 months, y'all. She is big and pregnant, honey. And so they end up getting back together. I ain't gonna go into all that, but I loved how Axel was protective over his mama and his sister. He was like, you got them messed up. You was not finna treat them bad again like you did that night at the party. Yada, yada, yada. So that's that. And then what else did y'all had said something else about something. They ended up killing Rico as they should have. Oh, and then Sean, we gonna end it with this. So Sean, Hunter's trifling ass daddy, she ended up going to him because she felt like, did she need like answers? Did she need to know why? Like, why did you do this? You know, whatever. She went to his house to get answers from him. Like, why did you hate me all my life? This nigga tried to rape her daddy, because she looked so much like her mama. He drunk out his mind or whatever. But he was like, you came back to me like she was her mama, and started trying to kiss her. I wanted the gun at that point. So her daddy ended up dying of liver cancer because, or some with his liver with drinking. And he tried to apologize to her, and she did not forgive him. And I was like, yes, girl, leave his ass right there where he at, because he deserved to burn, honey. You hear me? It was gross, nasty. And so that's it, y'all. We did this doggone live tonight, honey. I could talk to y'all. Yes, Crystal Girl, go read it because it was so good. But yes, next week we are talking about Somebody's Wife. That is so good, y'all, too. It's a little bit more like Lady Nesha had us going, but this a little bit more softer. Okay, you're gonna go through some stuff, but not as much. Okay. Yeah, she shouldn't got that ass no insurance money. Okay. So next week we talking about Somebody's Wife. If y'all have not taken this book bait quiz that I took 50 hours to create, listen, I'm not doing no more lies. Not just playing. But yes, check out the website, take the book bait quiz, put your boos in here. Let me know if I did it right or whatever. Somebody's wife, I can't think her Robin. It's 2 R's. I can't think of the author's name, but the book link is in the invite for next week. So if you need to get it, but it is good. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. I think it came out on Audible today or will soon if you want to listen to it. You got Denny twice. Did you want Denny? Yes, it's on audio now. So yes, go read that. And then that's it, y'all. So we're gonna talk about Somebody's Wife next week, baby. It's some cheating and all that. Robbie Renee, y'all be having me. Thank y'all so much. And so, yes, go read that. Yes, Denny is getting all the love. That's my baby, honey. Crystal said she saw Kevin Gates in lockdown. Take it again, girl, till you get your person. But I appreciate y'all so much for joining me tonight. Thank you, guys. And we'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.